The Pittsburgh Steelers got him. They have inked quarterback Russell Wilson to a 1-year deal, signing him for the league minimum $1.2 million. A shocking move came about a little bit before midnight last night, and now it comes with plenty of questions. The Pittsburgh Steelers, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, have told Russell Wilson that this will be an open quarterback competition between him and Kenny Pickett. They still have a lot of faith in Kenny Pickett, and I was told before the signing actually happened that the two sides met, that Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers had a sit-down conversation where they explained to him exactly what their approach was going to be with Russell Wilson and how they still have a ton of faith in Kenny and they hope Kenny turns into everything and more that they were hoping that he turns into. That being said, the best quarterback is going to get the job. I was told before the signing, and I then reiterated it this morning. The Pittsburgh Steelers still believe that Kenny Pickett will walk away as the starter this summer and be the starter in 2024. You could feel however you want about that, and you could have your predictions about how that turns out, but this is just how the Pittsburgh Steelers view this current situation. Russell Wilson is a mentor. Russell Wilson is a veteran who has been beloved in past locker rooms, who has been a great focal point when it comes to an offense. And the Pittsburgh Steelers see this as best case scenario. Kenny Pickett turns into everything that they want him to turn into, and he has a veteran leader behind him in Russell Wilson. Worst case scenario, they have Russell Wilson, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, a guy who threw for 3,000 yards and 26 touchdowns last season, who they believe, quote unquote, from a source, can take this team to the postseason. That's a great place to be in. What does it mean for the rest of the roster? Well, good things and bad things. For Mason Rudolph, this likely ends his time in Pittsburgh, the end of an era, finally on his way out. I think that was, it's crazy to think that Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin and Art Rooney and everybody else talked so highly about Mason Rudolph and wanting to get Mason Rudolph back as soon as, Mark Kaboly of The Athletic said that the two sides met during the day when Russell Wilson and the Steelers agreed to a deal. But it's likely over. There's no way he's coming back to be a third stringer. He'll probably have some sort of market somewhere, even if it's as a backup, but he's not going to sign in Pittsburgh once again to sit behind Kenny Pickett and now another veteran. For the rest of these guys, the Steelers still have roughly $28 million in salary cap space to spend. That's a ton of money. You now have two quarterbacks that you firmly believe in, a boatload of salary cap space, some very interesting names in free agency, and you could go out and do whatever you want, including drafting a quarterback or signing a third string quarterback very late in the draft for less money once again. Now your quarterback room is filled with three reliable guys for almost nothing. You have superstars on offense. You have a good offensive line. You have the capability of adding to both the offense and the offensive line. You have plenty of options at safety and inside linebacker and defensive line and corner. The Steelers are sitting pretty right now. Russell Wilson just did them a major favor signing for a league min $1.2 million. The Denver Broncos just did the Pittsburgh Steelers a massive favor by paying their quarterback $38 million this season to not be on their roster. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, they got their guy. Russell Wilson, he's coming to Pittsburgh.